The world of form. So this is state where people start looking for the way how to control desires. Yeah, at least start to minimize addiction of desires. And then we say also less attachment. Start detaching desires. So getting wise when people start to minimize attachment, then getting wise and wise. Going up higher, so reading more carving. 3 kilometers of carving. After that, going up to the third part where there are stupas only, Arupadatu, the world of no form. That is the state of Buddha. Now, state of enlightenment, which is unimaginable. We cannot imagine it. So they couldn't make any carving here with the story, not possible, because it is unimaginable. Only stupas. There are 3 levels. The first circle level is nirvana. So when people reach Nepal, then he left the palace to be monk and went to India. So he was not afraid anymore, and by temptation also not working. Then because in the story, like the devil asked him, asked the Buddha Jakarta, and he answered by this, I thought you calling this. This is the moment where goddess of the earth came up and explained all dangers to the devil, that he has done a lot of self-sacrifices. So explain them, only temptation doesn't mean anything. He has done a lot of self-sacrifices in the past life, in the reincarnation. So finally, devil gives up. Yeah, gives up to stop him, and he reaches in. Yeah, they are the carving from 8th, 9th century, and still original. Around the first part, there are 160 relief. But today we just see this. The others are still behind there, covered up. We cannot find the palace of king. right the front of the gate, see, always dragon mouth. Actually, behind of this is the tongue, the mouth also. Even on the next level, the tongue, the mouth. Even there, the tongue and mouth. You can find on the higher level there. This is the level. Yeah, people still you know, to be reminded that using the tongue.
So this is the temple of Borobudur, which means temple on the mountain. It has been constructed in the 8th century and it's made from volcanic stones taken from the Merapi volcano, which is very close by. And Merapi means red fire, which is very comparable with a volcanic eruption. So it took 50 years to build this temple, and after 100 years of using it, they abandoned it completely at once. First, they didn't know for sure why, until in the beginning of the 20th century, in 1905 somewhere, they found here a hill covered. It was left alone for 1200 years, 12 centuries. You can imagine if you leave this, the nature will take over. So it was covered by sand, trees, bushes, plants. And when they start to undig the ground, they start to discover all kind of stones. Okay, not particularly surprising, but they discovered that the stones were placed upon each other, which means it was a man-made thing. They start to uncover the mountain during an expedition and they discovered this temple. You can also imagine that it didn't look at that time as it looks right now. I will zoom in, like with all the Buddhas, etc. But it was totally broken down, fall down. So they start to renovate it. However, they had no knowledge how to rebuild it. There were no pictures, no information, and there were no text carvings on any of the stones. So they tried to rebuild it in the way as it potentially was, also according to the Buddhistic philosophy. Why I say philosophy? In the eastern part of Asia, so southeast, but I also talk about India, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, China, Hinduism and Buddhism is rather a religion. However, originally it is a philosophy, it's a way of living. Buddha also means, it's not the name of a god or whatsoever. Buddha means enlightenment. They had a philosophy and steps in life to enlighten yourself, to be clean and away from desires, away from bad thinking, bad behavior. And the temples were mainly made of 3 levels. So the beginner's level, to get rid of desires, then enlighten yourself, to do meditation, to have a healthy lifestyle, to be good for people. And then the last level was the part of enlightenment, where you would reach the level of Buddha, an enlightened person. The top is not carved in decoration, because nobody knew now, compared to the time back then in the 8th century, what did it mean to be enlightened. So they have this part of the top of the hill has no carvings. This part is the east side, which is focusing on the sunrise and also the start of your life. And then it goes around to the south side, west side and north side. I hope this information enlightens you a little bit as well. Enjoy. Now the question is, why suddenly they left this temple alone, or they abandoned it. The reason is when they started to undig the ground and uncover this temple, they found a very big layer of ground. You know, natural vegetation, flowers, trees, leaves are falling down, etc. But below and close to the stones, the first layer that was covered on the stones was on the bottom 3 centimeters and on the top 1.5 centimeters of ash. So the reason and the first level that was covered is that there was a volcanic eruption. That's why they abandoned this place and probably fled from this whole area. It was not only this area, but also in Yogyakarta, which you see on my previous video. In the Prambanan temple, it also left suddenly at a particular point, and also there they discovered a very big layer of ash. And interesting to know is that Java region is the biggest volcanic region in the world. It has, as far as I knew know, more than 60 volcanoes. Of course, most of them are sleeping and not active, but some of them, especially also here, the Merapi one, is active. And the last time it erupted was in 2006. Here there was almost no destruction, but the Prambanan in Yogyakarta temple, it's the Hindu temple, was very fairly destroyed, as I told in my previous video. Also around 6,000 people died because of the earthquake. So it is a proof that once there was a civilization in this area, the Buddhism active over here, and suddenly they left and they fled away because of a volcanic eruption.
The top part of the temple
Also, no one knows how they were able to construct this building back in the 8th century without modern technology. So all those stones are cut in the right shapes, the carvings, everything, and taken from the Merapi mountain down the hill and up the mountain here again. It probably had the need of hundreds, if not thousands of workmen to build this construction.
to practice it there. And the life after that. Right belief, yeah. Then right intention, right thinking, right talking, right life, right effort, right attitude, and right meditation, right concentration. Yeah. You can be successful in the life and you do 8 of them. Successfully, I mean, sorry. His side is this one calling the spirit of the earth, and then to the south symbolizes charity or generosity. The west side is meditation. Yeah. And then the north side, protection. Until another 2, this is teaching and position, and finally turning the wheel of life.